That could be used as a weapon in a necessity. With this cable car, we can get up onto the warehouse roof. This motor is from the cable car. There's a little petrol left, but not enough to start the motor. Empty. Judging by the smell, I would say that it's an oil reservoir. Look at this hole. This motor needs a starting handle.
Given the maintenance, this cable car isn't used very frequently.
True, Watson, but let us hope that it is still working. Cutting pliers. They could be useful. There is a metal ladder stuck under the cable car. This padlock seems rather old. A crank. This chest is shut by a cord, which also attaches it to the cable car's structure. A bottle of motor oil. Vodka. There's a little at the bottom of these bottles.
Russian alcohol. Holmes, the three brothers.
This motor is from the cable car. Let us hope it works. Here's what we can use for fuel. The crank is in place.
It works.
We are going to separate. I will find a way into the fair, and you must investigate the warehouse.
Very well, I'll do that.
There is no one on the roof. If the machine should get out of control, then just use the brake. There ought to be one.
I should hope so. Anyway, there's no other choice. And when I've found out what is going on down there, what should I do then?
Come and join me in the fairground. You can follow my route to get over the fence. Then you should find me easily enough. Good luck, my dear fellow.
Come on, John. Courage! No one seems to have noticed me. Now I must try to find out what is going on here. The bags contain rubble. They're tied up with good solid rope. I'll keep the rope. It's a miracle that this reservoir is standing. The feet are being eaten away by rust. Carts from the soup kitchens. They appear to be queuing up. A large dry cloth. It's too dark inside this reservoir. It's impossible to see anything, but I can hear a slight lapping of water. I must find out what is going on inside this warehouse, but have to be careful. The place is full of guards. An empty bottle. The window is too dirty to allow me to see inside. So, it is inside these warehouses that Prince Woodville's canteens on wheels are filled up, and Hans is there to add his poison. That siren is a signal to open the doors and let out the carts of poisoned soup, destined for London. I wonder what Holmes is doing at this moment.
Here is a good place to try and get through. This crate isn't large enough for us to get over the wall, nor to see what is on the other side. The way is clear. Good, I'm in. Now I must find Moriarty. A target from a firing range. A telephone line. Interesting. It comes from that large building. The Stan's accounts book. The cover is dented. Curious. Let's look at the book's secret. Secret accounts. The Stan's owner must do something other than manage a simple coconut shy, and there is a strange poem about animals. A target from a firing range. It depicts a lion. The Stan's owner must live here. It's the Stan's till. There is no money, but there is a wooden target. Let's see. A firing range for children. They have to throw leather balls at the figures of wild animals to knock them over. It's clear that there is a link between the poem in the secret accounts and the animal-shaped targets on the stand. It seems to me that there is something behind this poster, but it is stuck fast. Elementary. There is a hiding place here. Interesting. I am missing some information. I can't see a keyhole to open this hiding place. There we are. It is simplicity itself. The Stan's slush fund. I wonder what happened to the owner that he should leave without his savings. If the guard sees me, he will sound the alarm. I must neutralize him, but discreetly. There are probably others, and a fight would attract their attention. It's open. This building was a menagerie. I'm in the service passage. Oh, what a smell. There must have been wild animals here once. Apparently it's a medicine chest for first aid, I presume. Closed. This cage has been blocked with planks so that the interior is hidden from view. A large syringe for animals of a considerable size, evidently. Old bandages. Everything points to that cage having been used to treat sick animals. A key. Apparently it's a medicine chest. The only thing intact is this bottle of ether. If the guard sees me, he will sound the alarm. I must neutralize him, but discreetly. There are probably others, and a fight would attract their attention. There. That should interest our guard. Good. My little stratagem is in place. All I need to do is to wait for him to come back here. To shut him up, and quickly. Perfect. Thanks to the ether, this baller will sleep for a long time. Another guard. This place is full of them. I cannot risk a confrontation. He'll see me coming and I'll lose the element of surprise. I'll need to find a way to trap him. They must have exhibited those poor wretches in these cages and presented them as being dangerous. Bearded lady. The cage is held shut with this bar. It only needs to be pulled away to open it. This cage is still occupied, not by one of the monsters, but by a poor man. He's still alive, but he's barely human now. Moriarty must have tested his poison on this poor fellow. If he was freed, he would leap at the throat of the first person he saw. People must have been locked up in here, and they are certain to have been mistreated. I suppose it was on this small stage that the monsters were presented to the public. The bearded lady kept the key to this exhibition. Interesting. Ah, here's something interesting. Hans's diary. What a dreadful diary. That Hans is the only real monster ever to have frequented this attraction. Chemistry material. The mermaid, Poseidon's daughter. There's something interesting here. Here's what I've been looking for. I wonder what this machinery is used for. A rail system is fixed to the ceiling, and a hook is hanging from it. It must be used for moving heavy and bulky objects. The crank is in place. The hook is above the cage of this poor wretch. There, the rope is in place. He's still alive, This way I can open the poor fellow's cage from the outside without taking any risks. The trap is in place. Now I only need to get the guard to go inside the freak show. The guard must have been warned. I need to get out of here. The guard is inside. I must close the door quickly. Closed. I must find a way of neutralizing the guard inside. I can't do. Well, I'll be leaving you. I'm sure you have a great many things to do. But what have we got here?
Ah, there you are, Holmes. Did you have any problems?
None, apart from a few small things. What have you found out about this warehouse?
Prince Woodville's soup is loaded and contaminated by hands.
And in the direction of Whitechapel. Watson, in a few hours, Moriarty will have at his disposal a formidable army, more powerful and more terrible than anything that has ever existed.
What?
The soup is destined for a poverty-stricken, starving population who have been conditioned for months against the ruling powers. Moriarty won't have any trouble in sending thousands of raving mad people to ravage the city, sowing death and destruction. No force would be able to resist them, not the police, not even the army. A perfect army, knowing neither fear nor pity. A tidal wave of humanity which will cover London and will fall away again, leaving a city of desolation behind it.
What horror! And the chaos will only make Moriarty's coup d'etat even easier. But how will he guard himself against this bloodthirsty crowd?
The chaos will only last for the time he needs.
You mean to say
that these poor wretches will all die 48 hours after ingesting the soup, according to our good Dr. Shielman. So the victims will be joined by their executioners. An immense mass murder. What Moriarty would call clearing up after work, no doubt. Good. Have you found a way of stopping Hansa's process?
Yes, I think so. If we can weaken the reservoir's feet with the explosives, for example, it will collapse and take the building down with it.
Good work.
What are you looking at?
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
Never.